Right, equipment again. Describe the equipment, say what it is, how does it help performance, and then can we apply some principles of training and injuries to it. So we'll start with kind of they do this quite nicely in the book. Golf clubs, tennis rackets, javelins. So golf clubs and tennis rackets. The idea is, and again, is on the golf club, there's a larger sweet spot in on the golf club. So rather than hitting it bang right in the middle, there's a larger sweet spot. Whereas on old golf clubs, it was like that big. Whereas on these golf clubs, you've got a larger margin for error. So so it improves the standard. Drivers are hitting it further than ever before. Rory McIlroy's got these massive drivers. Tennis rackets as well. You think of like kind of Johnny McEnroe type era in the 80s where they're using wooden tennis rackets. Mrs. Shaw's got one of them. Whereas today they've got these carbon fibre that you need to look into. And again, same sort of principle with javelin about them being lighter. Although some javelins were banned and then they had to kind of come up with like a standard type of javelin because people were getting an unfair advantage. Again, arguably this links into the negatives part. I'll touch on that in another video, but basically if you've got a larger sweet spot, does that mean that you're less skilled? Arguably yes. And is it fair that someone who's got the course record at St Andrews using one set of clubs from the 1980s has lost his course record to McIlroy, who can drive 400 yards or 100 yards further or whatever it may be because he's got this new clubs? Is that fair? But we'll talk about that later. Over here we've got sensors. So basically there's loads of these. Three that I found was a sensor that goes inside a basketball, Eastern Power sensor, so it can give you kind of stats on your shooting and your percentages of how you're getting on. Baseball is like a little thing that you put in the end of your baseball bat that talks to you about your swing. And in tennis rackets as well, there's like these smart tennis rackets. You type that into Google, smart tennis rackets. Loads comes up on that. Dan Lee in the year above has actually got one of these, and it gives you loads of data on about how you on how you're playing. So again, look into that, find out about it, describe it, how's it improve performance. Prosthetics is a really big area here. The Paralympics becomes obviously more inclusive and more competitive as well. Some of the Paralympic stuff has been like revolutionary in terms of not just sports, but actually they've took some of it on board for just general well-being of disabled people as well. So that is a massive area. Technology in sport, prosthetics, Google that. Absolutely loads comes up. Make sure you get a decent paragraph in about that. Zepp Labs golf glove was something I was looking at a little while ago. I imagine it works similar to what I was just talking about there in terms of you obviously wear the glove, you play your shot, and the glove is tracking what type of shot you've got. And again, it might link into injuries where you're kind of going, well, actually, because my golf swing is that way, I'm more likely to get a golf elbow or tennis elbow, and there may be kind of like alarm bells that the app or that goes alongside it makes you aware of. The last one I've got here is a portable caddy, where basically these are quite standard now, where you've got an app as you're going around whatever course, the Belfry, it'll tell you the wind, it'll tell you the distance from where you are to the tee, it'll tell you where the flag is, it'll tell you the contours of the green, and it basically gives you a load of information that your caddy in a professional status would do. So arguably it's giving people access to being more professional and, I don't know, giving themselves a better chance of hitting a good shot, improving performance.